And welcome back to What If. I've got two What Ifs to do. Don't worry, the Naruto one will be tomorrow. I just figured I had to do a new one. I'm starting a new one yesterday. It would be today. And then I got two more. I'm like, and I'm doing the Naruto one on Sunday anyway. Why not just push the Naruto one to Sunday and just do two today? So I'm going to see if this one goes to more than one. It might go to full two. And if it is, I'll just do two of these in a row. But what if Jeice from the Ginyu Force turned good? Now, this is a weird one. It's an interesting one, but it's a weird one. Because what would be the context of Jeice turning good? First off, how strong is Jeice? Because all the Ginyu Force, Captain Ginyu pretty much said it would take a fighter with a power level of roughly speaking 60,000 to take out the entirety of the Ginyu Force, save himself. And so that means all the Ginyu Force probably has at best the power of about 50,000. Well, Jeice and Burter probably did, because Jeice and Burter are are said to be about the same power level. But Burter was faster than Jeice, and I think Jeice had better firepower. And they worked in conjunction with each other. So Jeice, let me see if I can find Jeice's power level real quick. Jeice from Dragon Ball Jeice now, Jeice. Nice and easy squeeze. Jeice, Dragon Ball Z, power level. Whoop, not Dokkan. Power level. All right. Let's see, can I get a number here? Just power level. But his power level was 95, which is combined power level. It was 95,000. The combined power level of Jeice and Burter Karen stayed having power about the same level. Appears to give 4,000. Jeice's power. Just what? Who the hell is doing this? Okay, Jeice power level. Okay, power. All right, power level. Krillin says Jeice Key is the same as Raccoons, who had a power level higher than Vegeta's 30,000. In the Otherworld Saga, Jeice appeared to have much stronger as Goku has to power up in order to deal with him. But at the time, so it's implied that he's probably around 40,000, give or take. She might be a little stronger than Burter. But Burter's faster, we know that. So we'll say 45,000. Anyway, what would be the thing that makes him turn good, or at least turn sides? Well, it's tough. It's also a question of would Burter turn good with him? Because it's not like right after. I don't think so, because Burter would get his ass kicked by Goku first, and I don't see him just immediately saying, I forgive, I'm sorry, just don't do it. And then, he'd probably, try to blast him. So afterwards, it would be something along the lines of when Ginyu pretty much stole Goku's body. And then, basically they beat up Goku. So we're going to have to play a little bit with the sequence of events here. Let's say Ginyu gets beaten and switches bodies with the frog, and Jeice is still alive. So Jeice is just there, just what are you gonna do? It's like, all right, now you're going to die. I'm gonna blast you right in the down under. And there's like, no, Vegeta's like, oh god, no, he's dying now, Kakarot's like, no, Vegeta, look, you don't have to be you don't have to work for Frieza. We can beat him, Frieza together. You can't break Frieza. Well, yeah, maybe we can. You don't know. It's like, what, you ever try to beat him? It's like, what? Maybe. No, I wouldn't try that. I'm not stupid. And then Goku, using that power of friendship speech, just starts being like, well, why don't you hang with us for a little while? I mean, come on, what's the worst that's gonna happen? We don't have to fight. Plus, Vegeta can easily kill you at this point. Hell, my bald buddy here could probably kill you. My son could probably kill you at this point. Goku might not say it in those words, but he pretty much says, at this point, you got those scouter things on your face. You know very well any one of us could easily take you on. And Jeice's like, fine. It's like, ugh. And then, Jeice is reluctant to do anything, but he's like, if I leave, they're just gonna try to kill me because I'll go to Frieza. So fine, I guess I'll stick around at least for now. And when I get the chance, I'm gonna hightail out of here and talk to Frieza. And they put Goku in the chamber, and him and Vegeta. See, problem with this now is Vegeta and him are not. Vegeta does not sleep. Vegeta is because he's just keeping his eye on Jeice, so Jeice doesn't try to kill him in his sleep, and Jeice is doing the exact same thing. Now, granted, because they're focusing so much on that, I believe they get the wish off, get Dende to bring back Piccolo and Kami. Piccolo's there, and then they both fly out of there, and they're arguing about who gets the wish and all that, and then they die, and then Guru dies, and then let's see, one second. Guru dies, and then Frieza's just like, "Oh, Jeice, what happened to Kinyu? Oh, come now, Jeice, let us fight them, shall we?" Oh, yes, Jeice, are you gonna fight us? But and see, I know what you want. By the way, did I actually give the proper shout out to whoever? I know it was Angor Master. Sorry. I know you wanted me to maybe do like a really in-depth one on this, but when I do a what if or who would, I gotta give my realist opinion on it. And with this, Jeice is not. Jeice might have insight, but again, Jeice turning good is a really hard concept. Even if he turned a whole new leaf, Frieza would kill him dead like that. So for either Frieza or Vegeta kills him, and I think it'd be Frieza who does it, kills him dead. But that's not the end of Jeice. Because everyone who Frieza and Frieza's men killed get brought back, including Jeice, and then he gets sent to Earth when they wish for everyone to back to Earth. So Jeice isn't out of the woods yet, folks. Now he's back. Now he's alive. And he's like, what happened? I'm alive. Well, Frieza killed me. But I'm alive. I've got a second chance at life. Crickey. I don't believe it. And it's like, and then, he sees, like, oh, crap, they hit you. Wait, this is Earth? It's like, yeah, this is Earth. Yeah, and then he sees Piccolo, and Piccolo could easily take out Jeice. We don't know what Jeice or any of their races really are. We know they're I think they make a point of saying, like, they're kind of mutations of some kind. But anyway, Jeice is there. And it looks like Jeice maybe gets, like, a little bit of buff. Instead of 45, he's like 50,000. Whatever. Point being, he's there, and he's like, it's like, yeah, and then Gohan of all people, because Gohan's a nice guy, says, yeah, you don't have to work for anyone now, you can have a fresh start, and, try to make something different of your life, better with your life, like, better than working for Lord Freeze, better than being part of the Ginyu Force, what else could there have been? And then he realizes, and then he sees, like, Bulma, it's like, yeah, there's a couple things here that could catch me eye, and just, like, looking her up and down, like, So you might get some Jeice hitting on Bulma stuff going on here. Ultimately, no, because he's really would personality-wise probably be no different than Yamcha. That probably doesn't pan out, but still, Jeice, for what it's worth, during, like, say, for instance, the year on Earth between then and when Frieza shows back up, he's maybe training. It's like, and wants to maybe try to get up to Vegeta's level and things along those lines. Maybe even trains a Piccolo now and then. He's kind of found his niche. I mean, he's still very much a bro, but he's understands that right now, even if I want to, I can't go around killing people. And frankly, I am actually I'm digging this. I get to live out in the country rent free. I can fly into town whenever I want. I get to hit on some of the Sheilas, bring them back to my place, go for a romp or two. It's like, it's a good life I got. And he'd be training. I don't think you would see Jeice getting very much stronger, at least right now, because he's probably not training with a lot of people. Because I'm sure being part of the Ginyu Force, Vegeta doesn't like him at all. Krillin is probably dubious of him. Gohan, I think, gives him the benefit of the doubt, and Piccolo just doesn't care, because Piccolo knows he can completely beat his ass. So maybe he would occasionally show up and, give him a spar now and then. Piccolo actually appreciates the training partner, and Jeice appreciates as well. Factor in Jeice might have, in a course of a year, doubled his power. Or maybe even tripled, maybe like 150,000. But he'd still be no match for really any of the major Z fighters. He could probably take on Yamcha or Tien at this point, though, pretty whole-handedly, if I'm going to be honest. Krillin, though, Krillin could still beat him without little difficulty. So we cut to the year, and they all sense it, and everyone shows up, including Jeice, and everyone's surprised, like, whoa, I'm part of this planet, too. I'm part of the Z Fighters. By Australian accents, but I'm also going briefly what I hear in the, the anime, too. So it was a kind of a faux Australian. So Jeice is, part of the team's like, yeah, mate, I'm part of the Z Fighters. I'm Jeice. And it's like, right. It's like, I can help. And then Frieza comes down. It's like, oh god, I can't help. Trunks comes and everything goes pretty much the same. Up until, Goku back, and then he's like, hi guys, and there's hey, wait a minute, I remember you. You were, hold on. Jeice! Because he remembers their dance. Like, hey, you remember me? Yeah, you and your buddy did that dance. So yeah, and honestly, Goku's just happy to have a new friend who train with, and Jason's like, oh really? He's like, yeah, come over to my place and train something. Well, really? Oh, can? Right on. And he's obviously, Goku shows off Super Saiyan to them all, and Jeice is just, duh. It's like, what? What is this? He's like, yeah, this is Super Saiyan. Yeah, Super Saiyan. Super Saiyan. I was like, oh man. So yeah, Jeice would probably actually be aiding them in the training for the androids. And I don't think even Trunks would notice Jeice in the background there initially. He'd just be too busy, thinking of things, and maybe he thought Jeice was one of those guys that died. So yeah, with 3 years training, Goku probably wouldn't really be much stronger. I think Gohan would actually have a significant boost, and Jeice would get a really solid boost. Because without knowing what his race is, there's no way of knowing how he would progress as a fighter, how he would improve. But I would say he's definitely in the couple millions. Why am I stuttering on that? In the couple millions at that point, with when it's all said and done. Now when the androids come, most of it's going to go about the same. Jeice will try his best, but he gets his ass kicked. Yeah, that basically he'd be like with the other ones, just getting his ass kicked by 17. And after that, it's a lot of this. Nothing really changes at all. Like at one point, he still feels like people don't trust him. And Goku and Gohan, even Piccolo, they seem to trust him. Everyone else just sees the whatever. So maybe he goes at one point to help stop Cell, and along with TM, they maybe like combine their techniques in like the Red Fire Tri-Beam. I don't know. I'm thinking about a name on the top of my head. And they keep Cell at bay, but they both tire the hell out, and Goku comes and saves them both. The training for the Cell games. See, Jeice being there kind of adds a different dichotomy, but it ultimately doesn't change anything with the story up at this point. Like, the Cell games don't go any different. Focus 7 years later, he's probably getting trained. He maybe has even found a wife at this point. Maybe he has a kid. Kid would be, instead of the orange red he is, maybe he's more a maroon. Who knows? But yeah, they has a kid, and he's happy, but he still trains. He still keeps in shape and all that stuff. But ultimately, nothing would change. Ultimately, would he participate in the tournament? Sure. He'd probably get a pairing off somewhere. Like maybe he even faces off against Piccolo, and they have a good fight, but ultimately he loses. Or maybe he faces off. No, you know what? He'd probably face off against like the Supreme Kai, or could be something like that. And Piccolo maybe he's faced off against someone else, and he picks the match. And Jeice not being as intimidated by the Supreme Kai as Piccolo is just because he doesn't know any better. Just loses the fight ultimately. He'd be among the casualties among Boo. Everything gets resolved after that. Dragon Ball Super comes. He gets his ass kicked by Beerus. Yeah, here's a good one though. Would he be among like the candidates for the Universe 6 tournament? He could. But I mean, it all depends on what he's been doing. Like maybe he's been like, to make money, maybe because he has a wife and kid now, he's doing modeling and all that stuff. So maybe he doesn't have to spend as much time training. You could do it. You could have him participate, like when Goku gets knocked out by Frost. Jeice is like, "No, mate, I got me some shit to work through," and it fights against Frost and is losing, but is holding his own for what's worth for years of training. but ultimately would probably lose. But still, it'd be fun to see him like, nah, this is for this Frieza. And it's like, who's Frieza? I was like, oh yeah, that. Sorry. And then again, ultimately things go the same. Yeah, again, Jeice being there doesn't change things up a great deal, except when we get maybe to the Tournament of Power. Then, because we have Jeice there, who's much stronger than Yamcha at this point, let's be honest, because he never truly stopped training. He just has a career and he trains on the side. Maybe not as hardcore as he used to, but he still trains. So they actually probably wouldn't bring Frieza back. Boo goes to sleep, they just have Jeice in there instead. And yeah, Jeice being there instead of Frieza definitely would change some things up. Now, Jeice, though, being there would add a different, again, dichotomy there, because Jeice knew how to work with a partner. So he would probably be working on some, like, maybe combo techniques with a couple of the fighters. Like, Krill and 18 worked on some combo techniques. 17 and 18 know how to work together. Maybe he'd learn how to work with Tien or something like that. So they probably would get a couple extra wins out of that. But I think that he'd probably go out as around the same time as Tien does. Then you get the Ultra Instinct fight. And Goku, see, I think Goku still recovers. He just doesn't recover as fast. And maybe someone else like maybe Gohan finds him real quick and they're able to recover him. Or maybe Piccolo uses the extending arm thing, throws some energy his way, and he recovers. Something along those lines. But ultimately, yeah, nothing changes up until we get to the end of the tournament. Now, without Frieza there, Frieza's not there to save his ass and knock him out. So Goku does. Now, maybe 17 does it. Maybe 17 does it, and him and 17 square off, and 17's losing, but, he does the whole explosion and burns him. And, he goes flying, and they're both kind of standing there, and, 17 gets up and then blasts the ground. Unlike Frieza, he wouldn't hesitate. He'd blast the ground and get rid of Jiren, and I think 17 would be the winner at that point. I think he had the most wins there at that point. I don't think who had actually most wins at that point. But either way, it's still Goku and 17. Yeah, it's still Goku and 17. And I think Goku gives the wish to 17. So yeah, they would still win. It would just be a harder win without Frieza. Frieza really did aid them a lot in that. So yeah. But yeah, that's my thoughts on what if Jeice had turned good. It wouldn't play a big factor in the long term, but it's an interesting dichotomy with the group. He would aid here and there. He adds a different kind of function to the group, if you will. So yeah, that's my thoughts on that. Let me know what you think, though. And for Broly, let's be honest, Jeice isn't adding anything to Broly. Actually, now that I bring that up, without Frieza being resurrected, the Broly movie doesn't happen. I take that back. The Broly movie might happen because they might still find him, because Frieza's forces still existed. They might find him on. They might still find Broly, but Frieza's still not around. So they're just there and doing their shit, and yeah. Ultimately, actually, even if they did go to Earth to use Broly for revenge, Broly would actually lose that fight because Paragus doesn't die. Spoilers, by the way. Paragus doesn't die in this scenario because Frieza's not there to kill him, so Broly ultimately doesn't get pushed to turning Super Saiyan. Maybe something else triggers it, but yeah, Broly ultimately wouldn't get pushed to turning Super Saiyan. But yeah, again, that's what if Jeice turned good. It's a one-shot, but it was an interesting idea. Anyway, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Like, comment, share, subscribe. As always, you want us to review something, put in the comments below. Let us know. We'll do a review bit at some point. I Just Would Win, Star Wars, Super Magic, What If, anything to do on the channel. Put that in the comments below as well. I'll get to that at some point. So I got one more What If to do. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.